going on, everybody? Welcome to the Oil Stream right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tell your friends about EST, available on TuneIn, available on iHeart, available at edmontonsportstalk.com, available on YouTube. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hey, we made 9,900.
Woo.
We are 100 away from 10,000. We'd love to get there before Tuesday, when we launch our new shows and we celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Let's go. If you're watching or you're listening to the Oil Stream podcast a little bit later on, YouTube channel is doing very well. Slide on over and sub to the YouTube. Tommy, 9,900.
Awesome.
Beautiful. The great one.
I know him.
Wayne Gretzky. We should probably just stay there forever.
No, let's
just
move
tell people,
on.
no more subs.
Let's
we'll
get
always
more
stay
subs.
at 9,900.
Awesome for year one. Please and thank you. Subscribe.
We need 100 more. Let's go get it.
We got this. Let's go. We got a few more days here.
Dogs on a bone.
I'm very excited. We're coming up on a year. What a year it's been. So proud of this community we've built, and let's keep it going. Build it up even further, and away we go next week with some new programming, new hosts coming on board. Super excited about Jasmine coming on board as a co-host.
Going to be with you guys on the Hangout.
The Latino Heat returns. I'm excited to do pre and post game with him. Jay full-time, Joaquin full-time, and the man, the myth, the legend, Reed Bartholomew Wilkins from 3 to 6.
Brett is in and says, I can't freaking wait for the Latino Heat and Gagner. And Zacticum's been working on thumbnails for the 2 new shows today. And you like what you're cooking up there for the Latino Heat and Gagner, eh?
Oh yeah, it's hot. It's better than, personally, I like it better than what I have for Reed and Jay's show.
Whoa.
I'm just saying that, but
you watch your mouth.
I like what you did with Reed and Jay.
They're both
have some
very
confidence
different.
in yourself, Zach.
They're both very different, but one stands out a lot more to me, and it's very fitting. Let's say that.
It is. We were talking about some ideas, and I was just like, well, they're going to bring the fire, so we'll see. Oh, I'm choking on an almond bar. Had a quick almond bar between shows. Stuck in my throat.
Very good.
You ever have that happen with an almond bar, Tommy?
Yes. It happens. Granola, small pieces. They get lodged in that weird crevice of the throat. Yeah, it's not good. And
it's all awkward and stuff. Real
get
tough.
it out.
Real tough.
Let's do some radio.
Let's do it. Yeah, hit us up, 780-218-9999. That is where you can get us. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, you can text us, obviously, all throughout your lunch hour. Every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here with the Oil Stream. And, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays with 2 guys and a goalie.
Yeah.
And, we'll get into a few of those as well. 10 Hitchcocks, and it says, Dusty, I'll sub when you tell me why Stan Bowman's draft record is poor. Explain. We're not getting into that today, man.
I've had a few people ask about that. Do we have to go back into his draft record now?
Well, it depends if you look at his draft record as when he's a part of the organization or his draft record as the general manager.
Because he was director of player development and then AGM and then GM of the Blackhawks. I think we went through this same process and exercise when Ken Holland came on board too. People were like, oh, look what he's done to this team. He's ruined the Red Wings. Yeah, maybe, but Steve Yzerman hasn't fixed it.
In the end, whether you think he was drafting well in Chicago or he's not drafting well in Chicago or Holland drafted well in Detroit or didn't draft well in Detroit, all that matters is how they draft here.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes. Hasn't done a draft here yet. We'll see what ends up. Happening. We got people rolling in here. Big staff meeting today.
I'm excited.
Big staff meeting today. YouTube Trev's gone. He's on vacation, but the rest of us are having our first sort of big staff meeting. So, and it's a busy one.
Boom.
It's a long one today. Well, we'll try to get through it as quickly as we can.
Will there be snacks?
I did not plan on snacks. I've been busy doing shows and stuff, but it'd be nice to have some snacks. We could order in some Popeyes or something. Maybe we could do that.
Quite peckish, and then this show.
I'm kind of hungry too. That's why I had that almond bar.
Yeah, I've got a lozenge in my.
You have a lozenge in your mouth.
It's a Halls. Yeah.
Got any more of those? I'll eat a couple of those.
Want some?
No. I've been on Halls and Ricolas for about 2 weeks since I called all those hockey games.
Busy boy.
Been fighting it a bit, but pushing through right here on the Oil Stream. Brought to you by Boston Pizza. Hey, thanks everybody who popped out for patio show at Calgary Trail.
Yes.
How good is the staff at Calgary Trail?
Phenomenal.
Man, that was a good time.
Great crew. Shout out to
Mr.
everybody.
Broder down there.
Mr. Broder.
He hooked me up with the smoked ham and chicken stromboli sandwich.
You destroyed that thing.
My God, man.
I had chicken parm.
Yeah, that was a little weird to me.
I didn't eat the rest of the day. I told you I wasn't going to eat the rest of the day.
I've never seen anybody eat a full chicken parm dinner at lunch.
I was starving.
But then you said you were going to go to a movie too.
I went and saw Deadpool.
Did you go see it?
Phenomenal.
What did you think? Real
Loved
nice,
it.
right?
Loved it. And like,
Do you go solo? You go solo movie?
I went solo.
Yeah.
There was like 6 people in the theater.
Love it. Solo movies. That's what I did that
It was
day.
great. Very, very, very entertaining movie. You were saying you don't know where they could take Deadpool.
Well, I just don't know if you could fit Deadpool into the regular universe because he's so vulgar.
I know. I think obviously we're not going to get the full shebang, whatever appearance Deadpool makes in the Secret Wars and all of that.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's where it's going. But like if they can wedge him in, I think they will, and I think that's fantastic. I like, what was that? Nice Pool?
Nice pool, yeah.
There
was a bunch of different pools. It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
I quite enjoyed that. Peter Pool was pretty funny too.
Peter Pool was good too.
Dog
Nice
Pool.
Pool was that that guy with the long hair? He
Yeah.
was that was one of the
like-
better parts of the movie.
He's like, do you regenerate? He's like, regenerate? Dead.
It was that was a fun movie.
It was
I
great. And
probably see that again at some
Wolverine,
point.
I laughed when the little Wolverine, they're like, hello, comic appropriate size Wolverine.
Yeah. Yeah, the little guy.
He gets off the stool.
It's
He's
good.
tiny.
If you haven't seen it yet, man, check it out.
Yeah, really,
Check it
really
out.
good. Lots of great cameos too.
But a huge shout out to the fine folks at Boston Pizza for having us out. Good crowd, seen a bunch of people. Everybody's talking about their Estes outfits and stuff.
I love it. And shout out to Curtis over at BP's Westgate, which now carries 6 o'clocker lager in can form. So right across the street from West Hampton Mall.
That's good news as well.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up over on the Nasty Chat as well. We know many of you are probably just here for Leon Draisaitl conversation today, so we'll get to that. But I also printed off all of the off-season moves the Oilers have made. And
feels like
it's
homework.
actually, I didn't want to like cut and paste into a small, so it actually is a bit of a waste of paper. But I like having paper. I like operating with paper, like I'm a 1970s news anchor. And so we'll go through all these moves in like letter grade. I think someone we have to put incomplete because you
don't know
who
yet.
knows.
Yeah.
Might have to go INC on some of those. But okay, what's the latest here on Leon Draisaitl, Tommy? Is it time for people to start worrying about Leon Draisaitl, or what's
Well,
happening?
they are worrying already.
Yeah.
But
should they be? Seems like unjustified.
But people worry and they care, and that's fine. That's the beauty of oil country. So, like, I had a few people asking yesterday during the hangout, and then even 2 guys about like, what's this thing? Like, Leon's coming to town or something like that, and they anticipate like, what if? Don't do this.
I want to see your reaction.
I just put it down.
Yeah. Anyway, and yeah,
What am I missing?
Leon's coming down this week or next week to get the deal done.
Fantastic. Well, unless his agent is here already or will be here to
You don't
negotiate.
think he'll come in and do it without his agent?
Yeah, let's not forget that little tidbit. And then the other thing too is Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman aren't even in town right now.
Well, they'll have to be in town for that to happen.
I would think so.
What if mysterious location somewhere everybody gets together?
Like a BP's
Hey.
patio.
You know what? Imagine that deal getting done on the BP's patio on Calgary Trail. And people are driving by as fast as,
Swatting
living your
wasps.
everyday life. And you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
Leon's trying to sign. He's like, wasp. There's wasps everywhere. It's
They're
not just at the
everywhere.
BP's
They're
patio.
everywhere.
But and if I was a wasp, I would totally be going after the Belgian moon too. I'd be going after that blue moon all day.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was chatting with some people today from that team, and I was just told, as of yesterday, nothing new to report.
All right. So there's
That's what I was told.
there's the latest. I think the tweet that's got everybody in a huff puff was from the two putts or two putts.
Oh, 2 months.
I
yeah.
wish I could roll 2 putts in from the 2 months boys.
Yes.
They
okay.
laid out
No,
pretty
right.
in depth tweet about it.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I think
Why,
that's I think
Smitty
that's
the
got
welder, why
everybody
do you
in a
keep
stir.
asking me? Like, do you really know Tom? I'm just telling you what I was told. Unless you're just messing with me, Smitty, which you tend to do.
Who knows with Smitty the welder? Let's not get Tommy fired up today. We're supposed to do off-season grades today.
Let's do it.
Right, that's what we want to do. Well, no, a couple more things on Draisaitl. Like we were asking it there. Somebody asked us today during 3 Questions Too Many on the Nielsen show. when should people legitimately start to get a little bit concerned that there's no deal done? Somebody also said today on the show, and I didn't look it up after, but somebody said Saravalli said there's been a snag in negotiations. I don't know where he said that. I haven't seen it. Whatever. I mean,
we're getting conflicting reports, right? If people want to take are trying to provide information, it's conflicting. That tells me nobody has a firm idea of where things are at, and I think that to me,
a bit of a mad scramble, everybody to try to get it, and then it's
sure. And if you get that scoop, great. If you're wrong, you get egg on your face. It happens, but it just feels like there's conflicting reports, and we're all left guessing. And I would assume if you're the Oilers and you're Jeff Jackson and you don't want things to get leaked out and you want to keep people guessing, you're probably pretty pleased because nobody really knows, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a statement right now, Tommy.
Go for it.
Take it for what it's worth. Tweet it if you want. Leon Draisaitl signs a contract with the Oilers before July 1st, 2025. Done.
Brilliant.
There you go. Heard it here first.
Clip it. Zach Dickham, clip it.
Clip it. The only way this one backfires on me is if he leaves as a free agent. And at that point, everybody's so pissed they won't be coming after me.
No.
Because they'll be so mad at him.
Yeah.
And Bowman and everybody in Jackson for not getting it done. So this is a win-win for me. Clip it. Leon Draisaitl will sign a contract with the Edmonton Oilers before July 1st, 2025.
HR Daddy, if you're watching or listening, give this man a raise.
Done. Yes.
Boom.
That would be nice. Let's do that. All right, it's in. He'll get something done.
I think so.
There's no way Daryl Cates, who has as much money as he wants and can do as much as he wants with his money, however he wants to, there's no way that dude lets McDavid and Draisaitl walk. Zero chance.
Unless they want to leave.
Unless they want to leave. There's no way there's going to be a dollar amount. You can't be damned, I would think, if you're Daryl Cates. You think Daryl Cates, who can get whatever he wants, whenever he wants in his life, is going to allow Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid to leave over any amount of money?
No.
No chance. No chance. If it does happen, it's like we offered him $15 million. He still wanted to leave. Mm-hmm. Well, then Leon didn't want to be here anymore. There's no way it comes down to Leon wanted 14-2 and Daryl Cates said no at 13-8. And then they didn't come together on a contract. Like there's zero chance that happens. None.
Valid.
They'll get it done.
I think he gets more than Matthews. I think we can all understand that. People, there's, I don't know. You hear people, well, they want to win and they'll take less to win. Yeah, but the PA doesn't care about that. The PA wants to push the bar higher. How do you do that? Well, you get the best players in the league when their contracts are up to take more money, to bring in more money and reset the bar. And that's kind of just how it goes.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Mo says, Saravalli mentioned on Stoff Show on Monday that the Oilers are looking at the trade route that could shake things up.
Okay. Well, last week I was told they're exploring all options.
Well, that would include this.
Yes.
That is always one of the best things. Exploring all options. Because it could never, you should do that all the time.
Anything.
All the time. The Ottawa Senators right now, you know what I heard? I heard the Sens are exploring all options. What? You hear the guys on Edmonton Sports Talk say Ottawa was exploring all options? This is amazing. Now, with that being said, what type of trade is going to shake things up?
I don't know.
What are we talking about here? It's a fun little game.
You have a great team. You've got a great team on paper right now.
If you were to make a trade that shakes things up, I think you'd actually have to start being concerned with the turnover from a group that was one game away from winning the Stanley Cup. That would be, because what trade would actually shake things up?
Like you'd have to
trading Darnell Nurse. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I can't think of any other deal right now where they'd be moving somebody that would shake things up. Mind you,
Nugent Hopkins.
Actually, I think it was a bunch of buddies I have down in Calgary and Airdrie. A couple of them here in Edmonton. My one buddy, Murder Dave, he was in on this, and they were throwing it out there. Let me just see if I can. Where is it? It was an interesting conversation about Ryan Nugent Hopkins. I can't remember what it was though. But yeah, I guess a Nuge trade would kind of shake things up. But well, who are you going to get for $5 million that's better than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or whatever? Like a comparable salary. Yeah, like who are you going to get that can do what he does for you for that amount of money? That's not shaking things up. That's being stupid. I mean, you want to try to move Darnell Nurse for a defenseman that costs like $6 million. You think could be as good as Darnell Nurse, and they have a little bit extra cap space. Move things around there. I kind of understand that.
Mm-hmm. Andrew E says maybe Kane. I guess. Yeah, and. Listen, he still has the no movement clause until I think March. Then it becomes modified at 16 teams. He holds the cards. And if he doesn't want to go, he ain't going.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by Popeyes. Popeyes has the boneless wings. It's a continuation of their bone-in platform.
Ooh.
Now they're to the bone-out platform for wings. And they're rolling it out signature hot, honey garlic, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and the classic as well. Get it done at all of your Popeyes locations. And old Furby there from Popeyes, they're the guys who are behind the Firehouse subs.
Very good subs.
Have you had a Firehouse sub?
Yeah, we had it. Zach to come and
they brought him in. Then they bring him.
Yeah.
I was not here that day. I guess it was CFL or something. But I was driving home down Stony Plain Road to get to the Henday yesterday. There's a Firehouse that's opening right by the old station.
Really?
Like, you know where that Costco is?
Yeah.
And there's that open land. They're doing some developing right there.
Yeah.
There's a Firehouse going right there.
That's almost worth a quick jaunt.
Well, once it opens, I'm going to have to finally check it out, which kind of has me pretty excited.
Subs. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And lots of sub sauce, classic sub sauce. It just...
Oh, that'd be real nice.
It falls out of the sandwich. Yum.
All right, 780-218-9999. We'll get to a few more of your messages. Eden says, if Bowman moved RNH, he would find an angry mob in front of his house that very night. Real Slim Davey points out that Nuge, of course, has a full no movement clause. Why would he do that right now? Library Pat called my prediction about Leon Draisaitl signing before July 1st, 2025 as such an Awonic prediction. That's well played. That's a tough one as well. Fellas, with the way the Oilers, let's get to this. We'll get to some of your questions. Sure. I do have these grades that we want to get to. We got lots of time, though. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends about EST and how easy it is to consume our stuff on those platforms. And if you're watching over on YouTube today, we're trying to make that push to 10,000 subs. We've just surpassed 9,900. And hammer the thumbs up for us over there as well. Peter says, fellas, with the way the Oilers defense is currently constructed, what's your level of concern with the goalie tandem? I love Pickard, but what he did last year, I'd be lying to say if I was confident in his ability to play 30-plus games with the Oilers back end in front of him. Tommy, your thoughts on different blue line, possibly causing an issue or two for the goalies?
It could. It absolutely could. Like, this blue line, I guess, I called it adequate at best, but with Vinny Desharnais and, Philip Broberg joining late in the playoffs and Cody Ceci being there, it went to Game 7 of the Cup Final. So it got there. They could have won that game, I guess. Didn't play good enough, obviously. I still think that, even though it's not a perfect blue line, it's not a blue line that you go, that's a good blue line. It's adequate, and I think it's sufficient enough to have this team at or near the top of the Pacific Division standings. And then mid-season, if the right deal is there, if a defenseman becomes available, if they are eyeing somebody to improve and bolster the back end, they make that move. It gets better. But I don't know. I don't have the same concern when I look at this team. I don't have the same level of concern on the blue line as some people. I go, okay, yes, there's a hole there. It's Darnell Nurse. What's he going to be this year? Ekholm and Bouchard, we know are going to be pretty good, or they should be pretty good. Hopefully this year, if you're an Oiler fan, Bouchard starts the season on time and doesn't show up in mid-November and start to really crank it up. You hope Ekholm is healthy right out of the gate. You hope Darnell Nurse just plays better because he's capable of being better than what we saw last year, certainly in the postseason. You hope that somebody rises to fill in that 4 slot on the right side with Nurse. Maybe Stetcher can be the guy temporarily. I don't know what Josh Brown is. I don't know what Ty Emberson's going to be. And then Brett Kulak's pretty steady. So I look at, you got Kulak, Nurse, Ekholm on the left side. I look at that and I go, that's good. Like, I think that should be good. The right side is where it gets dicey. Bouchard, good, obviously. Point producer. Hopefully he plays better out of the gate, like I said. And then, you go, big question mark. Second pairing right side, big question mark. Third pairing right side, and then seventh D-man. In theory, it should be able to hold up during the season. That's how I look at it. Do I love it? No. Does it need to improve? Yeah. Can it? Will it? Probably. Who's the answer? I don't know. We can throw names around there, the UFA guys, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, if that happens, I still don't necessarily think there's a rush to do anything prior to the deadline. And at the deadline, you have to see how some teams have gone, seasons change, guys that you don't think would be available right now all of a sudden are available. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. So
I also want to add too that I just think that Stu Skinner and Calvin Pickard are a better tandem than Stu Skinner and Jack Campbell.
Yeah. I mean, from what we saw of Jack Campbell, 100%. One, somebody pointed out, actually, in the nasty chat, 780-218-9999. Penner's Pancake says, I love this goalie tandem, especially at the nice, tidy $3.6 million combined salary for the next 2 years. It's not 3.6, is it? I don't think so.
There's two Stu's at 2 point something, and Calvin got, what, like 1 point?
Is that it? Is that?
It's not here. Let me go to Puckpedia.
Yeah, I'm bringing up Puckpedia as well here right now. Let's see here.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, 3.6. Damn.
Good.
I shouldn't have doubted you. Penner's Pancakes. Well, you're right. That is pretty good.
Do you count Jack Campbell's cap hit too? Hey-o.
Oh. Another 1.1. So it's 4.7 for goalies.
Yeah,
not as attractive as it originally was. Not as attractive as it originally was.
Slightly, yeah.
Good chat going on over there on the nasty chat. You guys can keep chatting with each other there. And, of course, you can chime in 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. VA is over there and says Broberg literally carried Nurse in the last 2 rounds.
In his arms?
Yeah, like a little baby. As he said, Darnell, I've got you.
Good for Broberg. Had a very strong 10 games in the playoffs, and that was great. Now, the question mark with St. Louis now is he worth the $4.58 million? Is he going to continue the strong play he did have in the postseason, or is he going to revert back to somewhere in between the inadequate, unable to give you something night in, night out early last season at the NHL level, or, where in between the guy we saw in the 10 games in the playoffs and the guy that couldn't really get it done at the start of the season? Is Philip Broberg going to be for 82 games this year? I'm not sure. I like to give him the benefit. I think he's going to be good. I think he'll eventually earn that $4.58 million.
If he would have just played 2 games less, he could have never got a...
Isn't that crazy?
How
do you know that's going to happen, right?
Well, but you could have guarded against it.
Who's thinking about that? Very true.
Guys who get paid
about that?
hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars to run an organization probably should be thinking about it. Right?
All scenarios on the table.
Every scenario.
Hey,
they should know that if a guy plays over 80, they're offer sheet eligible. So part of me was wondering, could his agent have been like, hey, we need Broberg to play at least 80, 81 games? And they're always like, screw it, we don't care. We'll give him a couple of games and get you where we want. You're not going to get offer sheet in anyway. I wonder.
Maybe, but I don't know how many teams and agents are like, hey, let's
got to be some sort of relationship.
Let's be ninjas in this.
I don't know. It seems like how can you run an organization and leave yourself open to, and it ended up backfiring because he ended up they got picks. Maybe they didn't love Broberg. Everybody else seemed to love Broberg. So, but that is really funny that if he wouldn't have played 2 games at the end of the regular season, they couldn't have offer sheeted him all, and they'd still be milking him and trying to get him at 1.8 or something. Like, it's so weird to me.
It's soap opera.
Yeah. So weird. Maybe they said, let's give him a couple games, get him offer sheet, and get him out of here.
I don't think that's what they wanted.
I don't know. I never know.
If you suggested to me that Broberg might want a chance elsewhere because he was disgruntled, I'd probably give that a little bit more thought and be like, you might have something there.
Yeah, just on hey, guys, can you give me a couple more games that gives me some more options in the offseason?
Yeah. Okay, Philip, we'll give you that. What do you got planned?
He must have been sitting there when they said he's going to play the last couple games. He must have been sitting there going, "You idiots! I'm going to go get offer sheeted now."
Could you imagine?
I mean, his agent would have brought it up to him. Like if he's sitting there going, "Man, am I ever going to get a crack with the Edmonton Oilers?" You don't think his agent goes, "Well, once you hit 80 games in an off season, we could get you an offer sheet." He would be aware of what was up. It's not like all of a sudden
in theory, yeah.
They got to like last month or this month, and they're like, "Hey, did you know that you could be offer sheet?" Like his agent would know what the hell is going on there. As far as Holloway's, I don't know if Holloway's agent is
not with the advice
has the
he
best
gave his
interest in his clients.
client. Yeah.
All right, 780-218-99. Breelsom Davey says it's literally the GM's job to worry about that stuff. That's like playing a guy going back to junior the 10 games and burning a year of his entry-level contract. Gordfather's in it says, agree, Dusty. Management has to know the ins and outs of players' contracts in the CBA. It's their legit job description. So,
was there a should in there? Because that's the word that we need to emphasize. They should know that.
Pender's Pancake says, Stoff's been hinting about Dermott. Yeah, but Stoff also hinted about Danforth for years. So Stoff gets some things, but he also hints at a lot of things, which is a very clever move from our buddy Stoff.
How's Lafferty doing with the oil?
He also hinted at Lafferty for a while as well. So
are we doing good?
You fire out enough arrows and the odd time. Now, with that being said, I've never done archery, so I'm not sure if I'd be any good at that. But all right, let's get to this.
All right.
This is the off season, Tommy. There's a lot of moves. I want to start at the bottom and work our way up.
Kevin Kennedy via the Nasty Chat says Bruce McCurdy. Bruce is studious, very smart man.
Yeah, Bruce
says, clarify, the 80 games was not a real thing.
I thought Bruce tweeted out and said it was a real thing.
Oh, that's what Kevin Kennedy via the Nasty Chat just said.
I thought Bruce retweeted the guy who had that originally, said it was a real thing. Maybe Bruce gone back and I wasn't going to go with it until I saw Bruce sort of was like, because I saw he had replied to the guy and was trying to do some work on it.
Okay.
So I usually take Bruce McCurdy's word for it. So when he said it was a real thing before, I believed him. If somebody says Bruce said it's not a real thing, then I'll believe Bruce.
Bruce is a smart man.
Whatever happens there. All right, I was trying to get these pages in order. Look at this offseason. Look how busy this offseason has been. Unbelievable.
It has been.
August 20th. Now I'm all over the place.
Oh, Kevin says he tweeted out a clarification later.
Oh.
And Brett backed that up, saying Bruce later reclarified and said he was wrong. Thanks, boys.
Guess I should follow those a little bit closer.
Elmo asking, what is the scoop with Holloway? Did he really not want to go? I think, what we deduced, talking to people, and is that he thought for sure, or his camp thought for sure, that the Oilers would match. So, but he gets his money, gets a new chance.
All right, let's letter grade every move in the offseason, because that's what you do on August 28th.
Let's do it.
And then when do the rankings of importance begin? Maybe not next week, but the following week? Maybe next week. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Whenever you want.
What do we usually do? 5 a show,
absolutely
right?
Shred them.
5 a show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what. And where are you going to start at? 25?
Yeah.
Probably.
Remember my honorable mention last year?
Was it Pickard?
Yeah.
It was Pickard. Woo!
Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
I always call him old Tommy the Nuts.
And last year it was Matthias Janmark. And then 2 years ago I had Yamamoto ahead of Archibald or vice versa. And I was like, it could flip. And then somebody, I can't remember who it was all over me all season about that.
We love Oil Stream rankings of importance.
Yeah, they mean everything.
It pretty much is the end of the world.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
I am excited about it because I don't.
Yeah.
Like you just do it, and I can also critique you too. So
I love it, and it's good.
Yeah.
And people, you're an idiot. You don't know anything. Maybe you're right. I don't know, but we have fun doing it.
If you're listening to the Oil Stream right now and you don't have tickets to the Estes yet, what are you doing?
Come on now.
You want to join us at the Estes? Email Matt at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You have a date coming to the Estes?
Oh, yeah.
Wait until you see my date. My God. Listen to this guy. Unbelievable.
She's ready to go.
This is where we're at. The Tommy's like, wait till you see my date. And I'm like, Elizabeth has picked out her Estes dress. And
my mom is coming.
Is your mom coming?
Yeah. My mom and dad.
Your mom and dad are both coming? My mom and dad are coming up.
My parents are going.
Your parents are coming?
My brother's coming up from Calgary. He wants to go.
Oh, excellent.
Paulie's going to be there. The whole family's
going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And then the after party is going to be at Hudson's.
Yes,
Hudson's
thank you to
White.
Hudson's for hopping on board.
Yeah, no,
that'll
be good.
We're going to be back there this season.
We are.
Yes.
Yeah. It'd be close to like the same sort of setup we had last year with like 4 games a month at Hudson's. So.
Connor out at Hudson's White. Fantastic dude if you get a chance. Berger also at Hudson's White. Great dude. And then Steve and Adam, my boy Colby and Jeff, the bartenders. Looking forward to seeing them. So happy we're arena. I really
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun for sure. All right, here we go. Off-season grades. June 28th, 2024. I got the dates on these too. Oilers signed Calvin Pickard to a 2-year, $2 million contract. As per Frank Saravalli, Daily Faceoff.
Francis.
These are all from Puckpedia. All right, letter grade it. Pickard, 2 years, $1 million a year.
B+. He had a good showing when he got his chance last year. Didn't get a huge contract. Happy to be here. Works well in tandem with Stu Skinner. I like it.
I'm going to give it a B.
Satisfactory.
I don't know if you had to give him 2 years.
He's only 31.
I know, but
If you're banking on Olivier Rodrigue to be the guy next year,
I'm not banking on anybody in the organization.
No.
I'm just thinking like if it doesn't go well, they
but
could
for
mix
$1
it up with
million
a different.
bucks,
Yeah,
like,
no, I guess
it's not expensive.
But still, B's also not a bad letter grade,
No,
right? It's barely less than your B+.
I would have been glowing if I got a B+ in any class outside of gym in school.
All right, so that was June 28th. I got my papers mixed up here. Here we go. Wait a sec. I got to put this one ahead of it from a date perspective. Here we go. All right.
Wheels, just really quickly, if you didn't ask, nasty chat says, have the Oilers signed Phil Kessel yet? LOL. That's funny. I also saw him in Arizona. He was skating with the NHL guys. I wouldn't.
How was he
him.
looking? Was he looking like a second liner on a rec league team?
He looked like a
who's
beer
still
leaguer.
absolutely filthy. Like,
Yeah, great hands. War pig for a reason, but let's just say his game shape or whatever he thinks game shape doesn't really stack up to most NHLers.
all right, here we go.
Anyway,
Connor Brown, 1 year, $1 million contract. Letter grade it.
B-.
I'll give it a B again.
Because you're still, as Matthew Iwanek called it last year, dealing with the cap penalty, the 3.25.
He
this
damn
year.
well better take $1 million.
Yeah, so it's it feels like it's evening out the overpay last year. And if he plays like the guy we saw in the playoffs, it's still not great, but it's like, okay, but B- if we get to see Connor Brown put up, let's say 20 and 20.
Other news. James Hamlin, 2-year, 2-way contract. Do you have a grade on it? Should we incomplete that one?
Incomplete.
Okay, INC. Inc.
Shout out to James Hamlin, good Edmonton boy, earning that.
Loved his hustle when he was here for
Exactly.
a bit. Like, yeah.
Incomplete, but good for
Keep
him.
grinding.
I like that.
Keep grinding. I wonder if there's a
Good.
Philp, 1 year, 2-way contract. This one, of course, signed by Stoff.
Some people think we might see him with the big club in games this year. Keep in mind,
Hasn't played
in a year, but apparently kept himself in fantastic
Was
shape.
trending in a good direction before
Absolutely.
having to step away.
He has a lot of tools that you like, big, skilled. I don't know if he's physical. Maybe he can be, but
So what do you think he's going to be? He's a right shot center. Yeah. No, I'm just thinking like long term. Does he have the upside to be a third line center? Can he be a fourth line center?
Okay, how about this? Like, what if in a year, like say he has a good year, maybe gets a look with the Oil at certain times, injury, whatever, opportunity. Could he replace a Derek Ryan?
Sounds like an honorable mention for the rankings of importance.
Perhaps.
I think the first time we do 5 honorable mentions.
No, that's...
Why not 5 honorable mentions?
too
You can
big
throw
of a
James
net.
Hamlin in there if you want.
I just gave him a shout out for being a good story.
Where else is Raphael Lavoie going to go? Honorable mention.
Okay.
All right, so Philp, Hoffenmeyer, 1 year, 2-way contract, Inc. Arvidsson, 2-year, $8 million contract. Graded.
I like it. A-. And I think if he stays healthy, I think he will stay healthy. Positive vibes, put it out there. He can be a great, feisty little pit bull.
B+ because of his
A-.
health.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
I'm trying to
crazy
be
to think
positive.
that he plays like 100 total games over the 2 years of this career.
know,
that's just, it's unfortunate, but all right. Josh Brown, 3 years, $1 million per.
D.
Yes, he is a defenseman, Tommy. What's the letter grade?
D minus.
Yeah.
D to D minus. Unnecessary term.
I just don't know how he gets 3 years. Was somebody else sitting around being like, we'll give him 3 years, so you have to match the 3 years? I'd be stunned if that was the case.
People questioning his ability. I do not question his toughness.
I'm going C. I'm going C minus because you might need a little bit of toughness somewhere along the way. All right, there we go.
Take away the minus. D.
Okay. All right, let's move along.
The 3 years is puzzling.
Adam, yeah, he got like the longest term out of any of these guys.
I know.
Well, you have to give him term to bring down the number like he was worth 1.5 over 2? No. Come on.
I don't know who likes him in the organization.
Very bizarre.
Somebody
that's interesting.
probably went to bat for him. So
Adam Henrique, 2 years, $3 million AAV.
yeah, B plus. I'm just concerned if I'm gonna like really nitpick it. It's like he ain't young. He still skates well. Had a good season. Fit in well with the Oilers. I liked what he did.
Doesn't
had some
skate
clutch
great,
moments.
but gets around well enough to still do what he has to do.
Smart hockey guy. Yeah. But the age thing, like he's going to be, I think, 35 this year. So that to me is concerning.
I'm gonna go B plus because I do think they got him on a bit of a discount.
Yeah.
I think there would have been more money out there.
More money elsewhere.
Who was it? Was it Tampa?
Winnipeg was in on him.
Winnipeg was in on him.
Yeah, so I'll give it a
Somebody
B.
I think Tampa
I'll give it a
was,
B.
yeah,
I
B
like
plus.
most of the deals they made this summer.
Raphael Lavoie, 1 year deal, 2-way contract.
Incomplete.
Yeah, been that way for a while there.
Yeah.
Got the offer sheet. Oh, here. Oh, I got my sheets confused again. Let's go back to this. Corey Perry, 1 year, $1.4 million.
D.
C minus.
Unnecessary.
He must have made a significant impact in his time here.
Yeah, maybe.
Right,
I know Belzy played with him in junior at the World Juniors, and he says he's a great guy in the room.
They must feel like they need more of those guys.
We have talked about at times like the Oilers were missing guys who've won Stanley Cups. The Oilers were missing, and he is that. And I'm not taking. And people are saying, well, they need like a Duncan Keith guy with that kind of experience. They have that in Corey Perry, but the 1.4.
Yeah, I don't know why this wouldn't be 800.
Yeah, I don't know. He got $4 million with that Chicago deal.
Yeah, that was that a team that was trying to get up to the floor though?
That could be. Yeah,
That was kind of what I always felt.
good point.
Dalia, 1 year, 2-way contract. That's incomplete. No?
I'll give it a C, like a good insurance policy.
You go C on that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Connor Carrick. 1 year, 2-way.
Incomplete.
Okay. This is a good one. Stuart Skinner, Jeff Skinner, 1 year, $3 million.
B plus.
A plus.
You like A?
I'm going A plus, highest possible grade.
We talked to Joe over at WGR in Buffalo, and he says, do not expect Skinner to generate on his own and don't expect any defense from him. I was like, oh, that's a harsh critique. And
this is good news, though.
Joe DiBiase.
He doesn't have to generate.
He doesn't
on his
have
own.
to, but I'll give it a B plus.
I'm going A+.
I think he could. I mean, he's a pure finisher.
Yeah, this guy could score 40 goals for his team if given the right opportunities. I love it. And they get it at $3 million. Nobody really saw it coming. It was just all of a sudden like Skinner, $3 million. What?
Buffalo's paying him too.
Yeah. Like,
it's like,
I love that move.
Yeah.
That was my favorite move, I think, of the year. Matthias Janmark getting that Josh Brown term. 3 years, $4.35 million total for a guy that you absolutely love. Tell me this is an A plus.
I'll give this a B minus.
Because the third year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him, though, because, I mean, I remember watching him. He literally walked out pissed off when he got sent down to Bakersfield, and it was in by the Oilers Hall of Fame room, and we were getting the notification. We're like, ooh, he just got sent down, and he walked out, and he was pissed. And I was like, that's not a great way to start with the organization when you're just brought in, and they've made it work, and now he gets the deal. Good for him, and he's good to talk to. He's pretty honest. And does have a use. And the guy shows up in the playoffs and when it matters.
Troy Stetcher, 2 years, 1.575. Total.
I know that's a bargain. But where is he going to play? How's he going to, I guess,
I'm going to go B plus. Like
I'll go
as of
B.
right now,
Yeah.
he's he's on your roster if he's healthy.
Yep.
And you're getting him for less than $1 million.
B.
Yeah. I think you got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Cody Ceci and a third for Emberson. Graded.
A+++. No, I'm just kidding. A C. C. I don't know what Emberson's going to be, and maybe I eat my words, but
I mean, I'll give it like a B+ because, well, a B. Because they had to free up the cap space if this was the strategy they were going to go with on being under the cap with Evander Kane included in that.
yeah.
And they got back a defenseman that at least looks like he can play at some level in the National Hockey League.
Sure.
So I'll go with a B.
Okay, I'll just go C+, I guess.
The offer sheets, I mean, do we grade these things? Like
a D-. They didn't.
the fact that they were in a
It
spot
got to
where
that
they got
point,
to this point, and it's pretty much an F at that point. We'll go F on that one.
Yeah.
And we can debate whether, but the fact that it got to that point,
And
you got to give it an F.
Yeah.
Poor roster management.
yeah.
And Vasily Podkolzin for a 4th round pick from the Canucks.
C+.
Yeah,
I think that was the
probably
kiss of
fair.
death
It's a quick
for
transition
Holloway.
for Holloway. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's a quick transition on, okay, we're letting Holloway go. Who can we bring in on the left side that might have a little bit of untapped potential? It's not going to cost us much. Okay, 4th round pick. All right, Podkolzin. Here's another crack at it for in the National Hockey League. If it doesn't work, see you later. So,
C+.
I mean, so varying. I mean, we were everywhere from an F to a D to an A+, kind of all over the place with the offseason.
What say you?
I don't know really what we necessarily learned from this experiment. Probably, I guess, that I really loved the Skinner deal.
Yes.
That's probably the biggest. What was your favorite deal of the whole thing? You had an A. What was your A-?
Pickard.
Oh, wow. That was way back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really, because I went B+ on that one. Yeah, you really liked that one.
Yeah. I like it. I like Calvin Pickard. The goalie thing has come up. Like, listen, we need to see Stuart Skinner elevate his level again. I guess is the proper way to describe it. And that would mean being a consistent, damn good goalie for the entirety of the season, or very reliable and have, one rough start every 6 games or something like that, where he's fighting it a little bit. And that does happen. But some of those games, the guys in front of him need to bail him out. But most nights you need him to be rock steady for you. And I think he can get himself to that level of consistency. And then when he needs nights off, you got Calvin Pickard there, who's not a flashy, sexy goalie by any means, but he gets the job done. And he makes some really weird saves. And at the end of the night, if you have more goals than the other team, that's all that matters, and you win. I think he's suitable and adequate, and they work well together, like I mentioned. So that's why I gave it an A.
Sam Gagner PTO. I just remember this because it's actually on the thumbnail today. I was looking at the thumbnail. By the way, we are 1 sub away from hitting 99.10.
Oh, nice.
Which will give us that 9.91.
Let's go.
So give us one more sub. We'll get there. That leaves us 90 subs that we got to find in the next 5-6 days.
We can do it.
I think we can do that.
We can do it.
I think this is within striking distance of 10K.
Striking distance.
Let's go. Hammer the subscription if you've not yet subbed to the channel. Apparently some PTO offers out there for Sam. What do you think
I'm surprised
that there's still other teams?
Yeah, good for him if that's true. I would imagine he's not.
I did
BSing.
kind of like him when he was in the lineup last year.
So did I.
He turns around and puts pucks on net. He gets it on a stick and he usually just tries to put a puck on the net.
Good for him for being a stubborn old man and saying, nope, I'm not done
Will
playing.
this be year 18 or something?
Yeah, 07-08 was his first year.
Yeah, 07, 08.
That was my first year covering the team.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You guys were rookies at the same time?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a couple of years older than him, though. I think 2 or 3 years older.
Where do you come out on the Esty for Rookie of the Year? We discussed it this morning.
What was we're all technically rookies? Is that how it is?
No, we're out.
No.
We're not. I mean, those of us who are together at 1260 are not eligible.
Okay.
So the 4 nominees, it looks like, are YouTube Trev,
Yeah.
Stacticum, Glue Guy, HR Daddy.
Oh, man. I can't pick.
You're going to have to vote. We all have to vote on all these categories.
HR Daddy, he signs the paychecks.
No, he doesn't sign. He doesn't sign anything. but he sends out the paychecks. So
Can we just call it signing the paychecks? HR
Go-
Daddy,
go-
I
go
expect
to
my
it.
paycheck
It'll
to be
go
bigger
his
next
head.
time.
It'll go to his head too
I
much.
love HR
man.
Daddy. He's great.
Come on.
He always, when he sends it, he's, hey, Tommy, here you go.
He's not winning the Rookie of the Year.
He's got my vote.
I think it's a 2-horse race.
If Zach started paying me, then I would.
It's
go vote
it's
for him.
YouTube Trev v Zacticum. Nothing against Glue Guy and HR Daddy, but they're both like Panarins. Like this has got to go to a rookie, man.
Zacticum's grown on me a lot.
He's sitting right there, Tommy.
I know.
Now here's the thing: YouTube Trev has been with us since the very beginning.
Yes.
Zacticum came in partway through the season, worked for free for 3 months, however long the practicum was. Proved enough there, or maybe we were just desperate enough that we hired him.
Epic hire that morning.
Epic
too.
hire.
That was a great moment.
Steady improvement since we hired him on the air that morning.
Yeah. Got a haircut.
It's a pretty vicious race, I think, for Rookie of the Year.
Those two, they're like frickin' frack too.
Who, Trev and him?
Yeah. They do like that disc golf.
Like a young Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, do you know Bert and Ernie, Zach?
Don't put him in the Bert and Ernie.
We're like Dumb and
category.
Dumber.
Zach, you're kind of blonde, right? You're blondish. All right, he's got they got different hair, they're different colors, and like different.
think
He's tall. Trev's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, but you don't have a unibrow.
No, I do not. No.
And I don't think
Not that I
they
know.
share a bedroom the same way Bert and Ernie share a bedroom.
Well, maybe. I mean, you guys should technically move in together. Trev's always looking for
You
a
can't
place.
find a place.
I know.
without
You
us
live
looking.
at home still. You should let Trev move into your house.
I've offered it.
I've given Trev a coffee maker. My parents hooked him up with a TV stand, and my brother gave him a TV.
No way.
So
Trev-
he's ready. I guess he needs a bed, but like
Trev has been looking for a place to live for almost a year now.
I know.
Can't find one.
For longer
Well,
than
he
I've been here.
Sleeps
Yeah.
here when it's too hot.
Yeah. Well, not anymore because Glue Guy got him that air conditioner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Glue Guy's
Glue Guy-
Guy's clutch, man. Like
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's his case.
that's why it's so hard to vote in that. But so you've got frickin' frack, or as you want to call him, Bert and Ernie, which I disagree with wholeheartedly.
I love the Bert and Ernie reference.
Oh, boy.
Put these two guys side by side and take a picture of them. You're gonna look at them and go, "Oh, it's Bert and Ernie." Like, it's a modern day 2024 Bert and Ernie. Even
do
the
not
names,
connect
Zach
them
and
here.
Trevor and Zach. Like,
Well, some Penner's Pancakes said Corey and Trevor.
yeah,
go,
Corey. I
Smokes.
mean, Corey and Trevor.
Let's
That's
go, Smokes.
yeah. Let's go. Thumbnail.
Let's go thumbnail.
Go.
go,
Corey.
link.
Corey. Trev. Thumbnail.
So that's why I voted for HR Daddy. And more money, please, HR Daddy. Just slip it in under the radar.
Slipping it under the radar. Oh,
Sign those checks.
I look.
That's impossible to vote on. I can't. I love all of them equally.
I'll be voting on it. I'm gonna be a cold-blooded killer.
You are harsh.
Look, you got to send messages.
That's one way to do it.
9.91. We are now
Nice.
90 subs away from hitting
Round of clicks.
10,000, which is going to be pretty awesome. The Gourdfather says, "Can YouTube Trev rap? Game over."
I look forward to watching Zacticum get absolutely destroyed by Clausen.
Well, he has already twice.
I know. I know.
Did you hear a Teefs today?
No.
Oh, buddy.
Is it amazing?
A Teef decided to get involved in the rap game as well. And
Oh,
it's
please don't.
it's exactly
Atif,
what you
stop
would
it.
it's exactly what you would think.
Atif, just keep sending in messages from under your covers to the morning show. Let's keep it there. Because those are hilarious.
Let's
Like when I hear Atif's messages to the morning show, I just imagine him under the covers
Here.
at home and be like,
turn up my computer.
oh, here we go.
Here it is. This is I can't believe you missed this morning. This is the sound of the day. This is a Teef trying to challenge Zacticum to a rap.
This is going to be painful.
Hey, this is a Teester laying down a rap battle for rap.com.
The Teefster.
You think you're going to take on Clausen? Well, I'm challenging you to a pre-rap battle before you take on Clausen. I'm like Trey Ford, the player, comeback player of the year. You're like Nathan Rourke coming back to the CFL, all stale and can't play. Whoa. What do you say, rap.com? Are you in or out? I'll be your worst nightmare, just like Freddy Cougar back in the day, yo. Let's go. I'm waiting for your answer, yes or no. What you gonna do, brother?
Tell me that's not the best thing you heard all day.
That was terrible.
Like,
Way to go,
oh,
Atif.
my goodness.
A for effort. F minus for performance.
For result.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for the oil stream today. I'm going to say it, I guess, for now, but coming up, if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the Nielsen Show replay is coming up for today, tomorrow, and Friday, and then never again. Because next week, it's EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage.
Yes.
Followed by the Reed Wilkins Show with Reed Wilkins and the glue guy, Jay Milne.
Boom.
Very exciting times, indeed. Indeed. Get this contract done, Draisaitl. Come to town. Get a deal done.
Bring your agent. And make sure the GM and the CEO are in town as well.
Let's make sure everybody's in town at the same time.
Kind of important.
For Zach to come lurking around over there, Tommy, I'm Nielsen. Oil Stream presented to you by Boston Pizza. Talk to you later.